How did we go from living in caves to building skyscrapers? It all started with the spark of knowledge, the essence of education. Our journey begins in the cradle of civilization, where the seeds of education were first sown. Our journey starts in ancient Mesopotamia, where the Sumerians etched their mark on history with cuneiform. Imagine the hushed reverence within the walls of an Aduba, a Sumerian school, where young scribes meticulously copied cuneiform characters onto wet clay tablets. These early scribes weren't just transcribers, they were the guardians of history, the keepers of laws, the chroniclers of their time. Their legacy, etched in the very script they mastered, stands as a testament to the enduring power of education. Our journey continues to ancient Egypt, where temple schools educated scribes and priests. Aspiring scribes embarked on a rigorous education, mastering hieroglyphics and various subjects including mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. These temple schools nurtured minds that designed architectural marvels and developed sophisticated medical practices. The legacy of these ancient Egyptian temples of learning is woven into the fabric of human history. Our journey now takes us to ancient Greece, where the spirit of inquiry thrived. Picture a group of citizens gathered around Socrates, challenging assumptions and igniting a passion for critical thinking. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle laid the foundations for Western philosophy and transformed the way we think. Their ideas spread like wildfire, igniting minds across the ancient world. As the Greek city-states waned, the Roman Republic rose, carrying its system of education. Young boys from wealthy families received an education that emphasized rhetoric, essential for success in the Roman legal system and political arena. Roman education produced generations of leaders, administrators, and military commanders who shaped the destiny of the Roman Empire. Their legacy can be seen in the enduring influence of Latin on Western languages and the principles of Roman law. In Alexandria, a magnificent institution arose, the Library of Alexandria. The library was a vibrant center of learning where scholars from across the known world flocked to study and debate. Mathematicians, astronomers, poets, and playwrights pushed the boundaries of knowledge within its hallowed halls. The Library of Alexandria became a symbol of the transformative power of knowledge. As the Roman Empire faded, Baghdad emerged as an intellectual powerhouse. The House of Wisdom became a magnet for the brightest minds, attracting scholars who collaborated on groundbreaking discoveries. Scholars like Al-Khwarizmi, Ibn al-Haytham, and Avicenna advanced mathematics, optics, honest optics, and medicine. Artics and medicine. The academies of Baghdad played a pivotal role in transmitting knowledge from the ancient world to the medieval West. In medieval monasteries, a new approach to learning emerged: scholasticism. Scholasticism sought to reconcile faith and reason, using logic and dialectical reasoning to explore theological questions. Medieval universities became centers of intellectual ferment, attracting students and scholars eager to engage in scholastic thought. Scholasticism revived interest in classical philosophy and laid the groundwork for the rise of universities. In the 15th century, the printing press, transformed the landscape of knowledge and education. Johannes Gutenberg's invention unleashed a torrent of words, making books more accessible and fueling a surge in literacy and learning. The printing press became a powerful engine for the Renaissance, spreading the ideas of humanist scholars and facilitating the Protestant Reformation. Gutenberg's legacy reminds us of the transformative power of technology, and its ability to democratize knowledge. As the Renaissance faded into history, a new intellectual awakening dawned across Europe. The Enlightenment. Imagine the elegant salons of Paris, filled with the murmur of animated discussions, the clinking of teacups, and the scratching of quills on parchment. Here, amidst the flickering candlelight, philosophers, scientists, and writers gathered, their minds ablaze with radical new ideas about reason, individual liberty, and the pursuit of knowledge. The Enlightenment wasn't just an intellectual movement, it was a seismic shift in human thought, challenging traditional hierarchies, questioning authority, and championing the power of reason to illuminate the world. Think of towering figures like John Locke, who argued that all individuals are born with natural rights, including the right to life, liberty, and property. His ideas about education, emphasizing experience and critical thinking over rote learning, would have a profound influence on the development of modern pedagogy. Then there was Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who believed that education should foster the natural goodness inherent in every child. His seminal work, Emile, or On Education, sparked heated debates about the nature of childhood, the role of the educator, and the purpose of education itself. The Enlightenment wasn't confined to the salons of Paris. Across Europe, thinkers like Immanuel Kant in Germany and David Hume in Scotland grapple with fundamental questions about knowledge, ethics, and the human condition. Their ideas, disseminated through books, pamphlets, and lively debates, chipped away at the foundations of the old order, paving the way for revolutions in America and France. The Enlightenment's legacy, etched in the very fabric of modern democracy, reminds us that education is not just about transmitting knowledge. It's about empowering individuals to think critically, challenge assumptions, and shape a more just and equitable world. The Industrial Revolution transformed societies, creating new challenges in education. Factories needed skilled workers to operate complex machinery. This required not just basic literacy, but specialized technical expertise. The demand for educated workers fueled public education initiatives. Reformers like Horace Mann advocated for free, universal education. Their efforts laid the groundwork for mass education today. Section 3. A New Century, a New Education. The Seeds of Change. As the 19th century gave way to the 20th, the landscape of education continued to evolve, shaped by new social, political, and technological forces. Imagine a world on the cusp of transformation, grappling with the aftermath of industrialization, the rise of mass media, and the looming specter of global conflict. Traditional models of education, often rigid and focused on rote learning, were increasingly seen as inadequate to meet the challenges of this rapidly changing world. Think of pioneers like John Dewey, an American philosopher and educational reformer who championed a more progressive approach to education, one that emphasized hands-on learning, critical thinking, and social responsibility. Dewey believed that education should be a process of growth and experience, not merely the transmission of facts. His ideas, influential in the development of progressive education movements, challenged traditional notions of the classroom, advocating for a more student-centered approach that fostered creativity, collaboration, and a love of learning. Meanwhile, Maria Montessori, an Italian physician and educator, developed a revolutionary approach to early childhood education that emphasized self-directed learning, sensory exploration, and a carefully prepared environment. Her Montessori method was, with its focus on nurturing the whole child, gained international recognition and continues to influence early childhood education practices today. As the 20th century unfolded, education became increasingly accessible to women and other marginalized groups, reflecting a growing awareness of the importance of education for all members of society. The seeds of change, sown in the early decades of the century, would continue to blossom, paving the way for the diverse and ever-evolving educational landscape we see today. Section 1. Technology's Embrace. Education Reimagined. The 20th century, a whirlwind of innovation, witnessed technology's indelible mark on education. Imagine the static crackle of a radio, bringing educational broadcasts into homes and classrooms, extending learning beyond the traditional confines of brick and mortar. This was just the beginning. As the century progressed, new technologies emerged, each wave reshaping the educational landscape, challenging old paradigms, and opening up new possibilities. The invention of television brought the world into the classroom, offering students a window into distant lands, scientific discoveries, and historical events, making learning more engaging and accessible. Think of the impact of film projectors, bringing lessons to life with moving images and sound, captivating young minds, and making abstract concepts more concrete. The advent of the overhead projector, a seemingly simple tool, revolutionized classroom instruction, allowing teachers to share notes, diagrams, and images with greater clarity and ease. These technological advancements, while seemingly incremental, gradually transformed the classroom experience, shifting from a teacher-centric model to one that embraced a more multimedia and interactive approach to learning. The emergence of educational television programming like Sesame Street and Cosmos demonstrated the power of media to engage young learners, sparking a lifelong love of learning through entertainment and storytelling. As technology continued its relentless march, education found itself at a crossroads, poised for even more dramatic transformations in the decades to come. Section 2. The Digital Age. Knowledge at our fingertips. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed the dawn of the digital age, a technological revolution that would fundamentally reshape the educational landscape. Imagine the hum of the first personal computers, their bulky monitors flickering to life, ushering in an era of unprecedented access to information and connectivity. No longer were libraries the sole repositories of knowledge. With the internet, a vast interconnected network of information, knowledge became democratized, available at our fingertips. Picture a world where classrooms transformed into dynamic learning hubs, with students collaborating on projects using online tools, accessing vast digital libraries, and communicating with experts around the globe. The rise of online learning platforms offering courses on virtually any subject imaginable broke down geographical barriers, making education accessible to learners of all ages and backgrounds. The traditional boundaries between formal and informal learning blurred as individuals could pursue their passions, acquire new skills, and expand their knowledge base through online courses, tutorials, and interactive simulations. The digital age also brought challenges to education. Concerns about the digital divide, the gap between those with access to technology and those without, highlighted the need for equitable access to technology and digital literacy skills. The overwhelming amount of information available online also raised questions about information literacy, the ability to navigate, evaluate, and critically analyze digital content. As we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of the digital age, education continues to adapt, seeking new ways to harness the power of technology to create engaging, inclusive, and equitable learning experiences for all. The Unending Quest. Education's journey continues at the intersection of the digital age and a future full of possibilities. From Sumer's clay tablets to today's digital classrooms, the quest for knowledge shapes civilizations and drives innovation. Education's story is a tapestry woven from ancient scribes, Greek philosophers, medieval monks, Enlightenment scholars, and modern technology. Each era grapples with what to teach, how to teach it, and why it matters. The answers evolve, reflecting societal needs and technological advancements. Education's purpose remains to empower individuals with knowledge and skills, critical thinking abilities, help navigate complexities, and shape a better future. The future brings new challenges and opportunities. AI, automation, and globalization transform the workplace, demanding new skills. Climate change, social inequality, and political polarization require informed citizens. The journey of education is far from over. It requires constant reflection, innovation, and a commitment to equity. As long as humans are curious and creative, the quest for knowledge will continue, lighting the path to a brighter future.